What is going on, guys? Judd Burdon here with Asphalt Kingdom, and I've got a special guest on the Freestyle Jam here today. Not just a special guest, but a partner that we're working with to really serve the contractor market at the highest possible level when it comes to quality, performance, and of course, service, making sure that we're taking care and supporting you as well. Rick, Simon, it's so good to have you on, man. VP of Sales and Marketing over at Falcon, a very well-established company, of course, that's been serving the pavement maintenance and management repair market for a long time. And so excited to have you on, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me this morning, Judd. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, I'd love to dig in because I know that people watching this video right now, you've got people that are just starting out. We've got contractors that have built really beautiful businesses. And then we also have, of course, a lot of municipal clients as well that end up watching our YouTube channel and our different content that we put out there. So we want to make sure to get some real important questions answered so that we can, of course, continue to serve the market that's out there because asphalt's everywhere. And of course, it needs maintenance and repairs, especially when there comes these times of possible economic constraint and these kind of things. People move away from those big capital projects and they go to pavement preservation and things that can address liability and lifespan and make it look better as well. So can we dig right in, Rick? Is that cool?
Yeah, let's jump in.
All right,
I love
awesome,
it.
man. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of Falcon and how long has Falcon been around and a little bit about that history. Tell us the story.
Sure, absolutely. So Falcon's been in business for 22 years. We were born out of this industry. So our founder, Mike Grew, who started the company years ago, had been working for a different manufacturer of hot boxes. He was actually at Spalding, left there, and decided to go out on his own and start building boxes. He had some ideas and things that he wanted to make a difference with, and so Mike founded the company, started building Falcon hot boxes out of his garage actually, and it's just grown crazy from there. Mike is a voice of the customer guy, and so when he left and struck out on his own. He spent a lot of time talking to customers on how would you build a box if you were going to build it? What are you looking for? And he took a lot of those ideas from the field and from users, and we've maintained that throughout our history. And so we still are a voice of the customer company. We listen to feedback from those that are out there working with machines every day and make minor adjustments and changes. Obviously, our box has come a long way over the 22 years that we've been in business, but we had a lot of firsts too. We're first with the dump box, first to go diesel. We've got a patented heat management system that's all our own. So really a lot of firsts in the industry, and we've grown over the years to become the number one manufacturer of hot boxes. And so it's really been a fast growth, but a good fun growth, and doing a lot of interesting things in the pavement maintenance arena. So excited about that.
Yeah, the thing that you and I have had some previous discussions, right? The contractor market is one that, of course, we want to continue to serve, but serve at a higher level even, right? Get them the right kind of equipment that matches their exact needs, where they are in their journey. And there's an evolution to all of these companies that are growing from ground up. Some are starting out as a weekend warrior, and some are out there building multiple seven-figure companies and full service. And so what we're doing over here at AK is working very closely with Falcon to try and get the right equipment in the hands of the contractors so that they can maximize their performance with their business and really make the most money with their business. And it's like we often say this, you can believe with conviction all day long that you can go out and build a business, but if you don't have the vehicle to actually do that, it can be really, really challenging. And I'll give you an example, man. Back in the day when I first started out, this going back 27 years ago, 28 years ago, I remember going to the asphalt plant and filling up metal buckets with hot mix that we were shoveling as excess stuff that was falling out of dump trucks on the way out of the asphalt plant. I remember that. And loading those buckets and going out and filling some potholes on driveways. The amount of time that we took to do that was ridiculous. Half a day to go and get 5 buckets filled, to go then do some patches. You'd have to torch it, burn out the binder, and and I'm not saying that that wasn't an important stepping stone to get me to where I am today, 27, 28 years later. It was a very important step. But one of the things that I keep saying to people is that the evolution of your business, the growth of your business, it's so important that you reinvest in your business so that you have the right vehicles to take you to that next scalable level of growth. And so I'm really excited, Rick, when we started to really engage and start to develop the partnership where we were going to start marketing our hot boxes together and have infrared platforms and the decks and the different things that are needed, like you can see in this video right here. So if you take a look, we've got this 2-ton trailer and we've got the deck with the infrared capability. But the way that the unit has been designed, engineered, professionally engineered, is really not just to have 2 tons dropped into a box and then shovel it out and hope that it stays warm through double layered insulation. There's more to it than that. And so I want to dive into that, man. Let's dive into a little bit. When we talk diesel, for people who don't know hot boxes, when we talk about thermostatically controlled stuff, when we start talking about boxes that really do what it needs to do to keep the asphalt at temperature throughout the day while they're out there working to make the most out of that hot mix, because we already know asphalt's like black gold when it's done properly, when it's sold right, when you can have the right vehicle to be able to use it. Tell us a little bit more about the detail of these boxes so that our contractors can understand them better.
So our engineering team has designed it and built this box to keep heat where it belongs, inside the box, and keeping that asphalt at optimum temperature. No matter what kind of asphalt product that you're using, hot mix is obviously the material of choice, but we also can keep cold mix at an optimum temperature. So you can use either of those products and keep that material at the proper temperature to go and do the proper repair and get the best job possible out of it. We do that with the design of our heat management system. So our burner box, which is the floor of our machine, a really critical part of the machine. So we're taking you mentioned diesel. We can heat with either diesel or propane. Now, diesel is by far the most popular. It's about 90% of the machines that we are heated with a diesel burner. It's a Beckett diesel burner. We blow that combination of fuel and air and heat out of that Beckett burner through a combustion chamber. We put that heat through this combustion chamber. It tumbles that air to give us a really fuel efficient burn. And it creates a great deal of heat. That heat travels into our burner box, which is the floor of our machine, and it goes through a series of stainless steel baffles to work its way through the floor of our box. And then from there, it goes up into the walls. All of our walls have baffles as well it's what we call controlling the vertical rise of heat. So we want to control, everybody knows that we learned in 3rd grade or whenever that was, that heat rises, right? So we put that heat through the floor of our machine and then up through the walls. And that gives us a really even heat in an air jacketed box, which is critically important. So we have that material completely surrounded with heat. So the floor is heated, all the walls are heated, and those walls are triple wall construction. So we have an inner wall, then we have an insulation blanket. We have the mid wall that holds that insulation in place, and then we have our air jacket, which is where that hot air comes in, and the outer wall. So we got a triple wall construction there. It just is a design that allows our heat to stay right where it belongs, which is inside the box. And we talk about it from time to time as being the world's largest Yeti, right? That's essentially what we've designed there. So we're keeping the material hot, and we can keep it hot all day long at optimum temperature, and we can hold it overnight. So we've got that as an option. That's an option for the user as well. If they get into a situation where they don't use all the material in day one of a repair, maybe they got weathered out, or maybe they got called off to go do something else, some kind of an emergency came up and they didn't finish getting the load out of the box, hold it overnight. We can keep it at optimum temperature, be ready to go again the next day. So we got a lot of good options there.
And as we're talking through this, it's like, okay, so we've got phenomenal quality. We've got history. We've got this awesome company, Falcon, that's manufacturing boxes to be able to go and do this repair that literally gets rid of the majority of these liabilities when they're done right. And so when I think of things like legal cases, so I'll tell you this, man, I'll just say one of the big box store chains, national box store chains, it's all over Google. All over Google, $7.2 million legal case that was just lost due to a lady breaking her ankle in a pothole.
Yep.
And then there's another one in California, another big box store color. They lost a $2.4 million case with a trip and fall, a half-inch pothole. And yet again, I'm back to you as the contractor or someone interested in getting involved with this business. There's liabilities absolutely everywhere. Now, here's the catch. The majority of paving companies will not mobilize to go out and do a $1,500 or a $2,000 repair. It costs them more than that to just get their crews and trucks started up to go out to do this kind of stuff. And so, hosted something called the the punting webinar, where we had 275 people that were signed up to the thing. And they were all contractors that were coming in and saying, man, teach us how to go hunt potholes. And I have fun with this, right? I'm like, man, you could get a camo hat. You could put pothole hunter right across the front, get a jacket, right? Like black, gray, and white camo, get orange writing across the back. I'm a pothole hunter, right? Like, have fun, guys, with this kind of stuff. And here's the thing, man. Like, I remember when I first started with those 5-gallon metal pails and started. Then I remember when I got my first 2-ton hot box. When I got my first 2-ton hot box, that's when everything changed for me, man. I was like, I was in heaven. I had the wheelbarrow, my double wheel wheelbarrow on the back. I was loading, asphalt in this thing. I was building asphalt ramps or bands up by foundations that meet the driveway on residential streets, right, where the asphalt had sunk down and settled. And man, we were selling those bands for $500 a band. We were doing 6, 7 of those a day. And then I'm like, okay, got some infrared and machines. And now what we can do is go and do catch basin repairs. And now we're bird bath repairs. And now we're doing pothole repairs. And I'm like, this is just at our fingertips. And so Rick, like when I see the 2-ton slip in that we have now on Asphalt Kingdom from Falcon, when I see the ton trailer that we have with for the infrared, and we have that unit, when I see those and I look at the price point, the entry price that we have on these things that range around 25-ish K, right? 20 to 30K. All right.
Yep.
Now you can suit these things up if you want. But when I think about that, I'm like, back when I had a 2-ton dual torch hot box that was just a simple hot box, it was torch, so it wasn't as good. It wasn't an even burn. It wasn't the same with the torch, of course. It was very different, and it wouldn't last as long. But here's what I was able to do. I was able to go out and make $3,000 to $5,000 a day. Now I ask people watching right now, asphalt right now, you're going to pay $100, $110 a ton, at the time of year in your location in the country. 2 tons is costing you about $250, let's call it. $250, you can go out and make $3,000 to $5,000 on 2 tons when you're doing patchwork. And so we're talking about approximately a 1-month payback period on one of these advanced machines if you were financing it. And then you have the machine, you have the vehicle, which are these hot boxes, to be able to go out and absolutely crush it and add more profit to your P&L and offer a service that's at a whole different caliber. That's why I'm so excited to be here with Falcon. That's why I'm excited to serve you guys right now, because literally you have a gold mine that's ahead of you guys. And if you have the right vehicles like these to get you to where you want to go, you have more freedom in your life. Period. That's it. So many people, Rick, and I know like so many people are hesitant to think about this, they're to make moves because they think it's a cost or an expense. And I'm a big believer in a cost or expense, man. You don't want cost or expense, or at least you want to limit those. But I'm a huge believer in an investment. Now, I can tell you with a hot box investment, 25 grand or 20 grand, 30 grand in that range, I would not be able to make the same kind of return on crypto as I would on a hot box if I went out there and built a real business that I was in control of, that I could go out and knock doors, be able to serve the communities, keep them safe, keep pavement long lasting, and absolutely crush it. The difference is that people tend to get excited by flashy things and they put their money in places they can't control. Rick, they should be investing into high quality equipment that you guys make that they can buy right through AK.
Oh, I couldn't agree with that more, Judd. I mean, no question about it. Overly flashy. They're not, thing in the world, but boy, you in a hot box, a 2 ton, and your point, we've got a couple of different options available on with a 2 ton slip in, so you can put that in the back of your dump truck. Matter if you really wanted to, you put that in the back of a long bed pickup truck. And you got access to hot material, or you go with a trailer mount, and to your point, you can have the IR, you have your infrared machine right on there. You can have some different tools with that thing up a little bit, but way you've got 2 tons of material for hot mix that, to your point, you can go out and make good money on that. In return is really, really phenomenal. We've those two machines to keep that price down, to get into that entry level or whatever you want to call it, that next step, that going from those that you talk about, doing all that hard work that you put in when that's you just had gotten started to up into to a box that gets you into some different markets and gives you that ability to serve your customers with, now I can fill your pothole. I can do it right. And then I can still do the seal coat job, or and all the other things that you guys are contractors are going to get into. But having that machine to complete that, to that pothole that could cost you that liability at that big box store, or been in all these parking lots that are beat up, and all these dangerous potholes and problems, and be able to take care of your customer by giving them that option to fill those potholes at a relatively low entry point to get in there. And building at Falcon, we build from 2 ton up to 10 ton hot boxes. So we build a wide range of machines, and we build them slip-ins, we build hook lifts, we build a lot of trailers, we build now dedicated patch trucks. But our commitment to quality and to reliability and building a machine that's going to serve you well, that starts at the 2 ton and right up through our product line. So our commitment to is there. It's terribly important to us. Our machines they're to run. They're well built, simple to run machines. So the he's there, and just believe in that, and support them, that product extremely well out in the field. We got a bunch of them out in the field, and we have a lot of repeat buyers, and that's a lot about the kind of product we build.
We have hundreds, if not thousands, of these hot boxes that are out there in the market, right, over the years.
Thousands of them. Yeah, there are thousands of Falcons out in the field.
Yeah, yeah. The things, man, like now, obviously I'm not out in the field doing work. I did my share, I put in my time. But what I do is I help thousands of people all over North America build successful asphalt maintenance businesses and support them and give them the resources and the training and the tools that they need. And also connecting them, of course, with the right equipment, the vehicle, to be able to get the job done right. Now, we could pick and choose whatever we want to pick and choose to add to AK. But at the end of the day, we choose partners that we really are confident that we can work with, not only from providing quality, but also the support level that's provided there. And that's why we've picked Falcon. And that's why we're providing it to you guys out there, is because we genuinely care about you guys out in the field having a quality piece of equipment that performs well, that allows you guys to achieve your freedom faster. That's what we genuinely care about. If I was going to do this all over again, if I take myself back to 19 years old, all right, and I had some credit, I had the ability to invest into a machine, the first thing that I would invest into before a seal coat sprayer, before a crack sealing machine, before a striper, I would literally buy a patching unit, because the majority of people are not out there patching. They're out there striping, they're seal coating. There's a lot more competition out there in that range versus going out and finding pain points. You go on a simple Google Earth street view and you go down some of the main roads in your area on just street view, just from the comfort of your own desk or your phone, and go do some street view and take a look at the liability risks, the tripping hazards, the potholes, the patching opportunities. Connect with some property management companies. Speak with some local storage facilities. Speak with some local gas stations, car washes, quick serve restaurants, hotels, motels, golf courses, yacht club. I could go on and on to ChatGPT and type in the list of targets that you could target to go do pothole repair and find that whole list. Even ask it for the addresses and it will do it for you. You see, that's the thing that's so cool about this industry is that asphalt's not going anywhere. It's not getting replaced by AI. Asphalt's still needed to keep this economy spinning. Trucks and cars and school buses and ambulances and fire trucks and us driving our car every day. Asphalt's everywhere. It's not going anywhere. We might as well get into this business and or scale business using great equipment that we now provide from Falcon. Rick, I really appreciate all the time that you've been here, man. I know that our audience is getting some great out of this call. And if there's one message that you'd want to share with the contractor that's watching right now, someone that might be interested in starting or somebody that's in the business looking to grow and scale, what would that one piece of advice be?
Do the thing. And that's, potholes, they're developing. So start simple and go start potholes. They're out there, they're everywhere. Look very hard to find them. So do this thing and go fix potholes today and good piece of equipment to do that with. Guys at AK are committed to it. They've got product there. We love the relationship. Judd, we knew each other for a long time. I'm glad we've finally got formalized and we do that, but count on it to help you out. They've got equipment to make it all happen. Thanks for me today. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you much and looking forward to having you on the Zoom meeting we have coming up for the AK roundtable as well. We're excited about that. So that'll be
Perfect.
fun. All right, cool, Rick. Well, listen, you heard it, everyone, from Rick, Simon Radio, Falcon. Guys, we're here to serve you, whatever we can do to help you. There's also a special golden nugget I'm going to drop down in the description below is a how to price a pothole cheat sheet that I'm going to give you, and also a recording to our pothole hunting webinar. It's about 60 minutes long, tons of value in there on how you can go build a business providing pothole repair services. Appreciate you tuning in. Click that like button, subscribe, comment with any questions. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot, Rick. See ya.
You bet. See you, Judd.